Hello and welcome to the NextPowerUp review of Cradle. This week we'll be reviewing the game from Flying Cafe for Semi-Animals. And this time I'm actually going to put a little bit of effort into the videos this time instead of just dumping some gameplay into the review. So if we take a look first at the video settings, we have a whole slew of usual video settings rather, and usually I'd be playing in 4K, but as I will be recording this, I'll only be playing in 1080p for now, instead of having to downscale and just do unnecessary stuff. So the annoying thing is 4K isn't actually on this list. That can, however, be resolved if you go into the game's config files. Now, there's two config files you need to find. One is in the games folder, which you can find in Steam app or whichever platform you've bought it for. Inside that install folder, and it will be inside the bin folder, and it's a .cfg file, config file. And you need to be looking for video_height and video_width, and you can change those to 3840 and 2160 for 4K or any resolution that you're playing, if you're like me and you have a monitor resolution that isn't supported in this list. There is, however, 2048 by 1536. Why that's on there in 4K isn't, I don't know. Either way, we'll be sticking to 1080p for now. You have full screen and vertical synchronization. For now, I've got full screen and VSync turned off. VSync has given me terrible input lag. When looking around, it's made it very sluggish for some reason, so I haven't bothered turning that on, only for benchmarks. Quality is literally a slider from 1 to 10. Textures, you have low, medium, and high. Anti-aliasing, we have for now because we're not on 4K. And sound volume I've got to 0.1 because it blew my ears off. I do recommend you put your mouse sensitivity to 1 if you're playing on any resolution above 1440p, because otherwise you'll be moving around quite slowly. So onto the game. I'm actually reasonably far into the game at the moment, so I strongly recommend that you stop watching this if you don't want any spoilers. So you'll be starting off in this little hut, and there are many things to interact with, one of which is one of the main characters, Ida. This robot is pretty much the robot you will be solving for the entire of the game. There's places, if you can see it, you can interact with it. I mean, this pad, the whole lot. Even if you're like me, you can also turn this on and make some food. At the start of the game, which is the most complex thing I've ever had to do in a puzzle game before, is make the food for the bird that comes down and gets its chest plate thing sorted. The general storyline of this game is that there was a disease that spread around the entire world, apparently, and this caused people to become sterile, and their way of solving this disease was by dumping people's consciousness into robotic bodies. So to solve sterility, they prevented people from breeding by putting them into robots. That doesn't make any sense to me personally, but that's just what the storyline is at the moment. Basically what's happened is, as you can see, people as well as items have this number. I'm just going to turn this audio down for a second. People have this number, and you have a little tool here that will tell you the prettiness level of something when you point at it. Unfortunately, we have nothing to point it at. I'll just throw that over there. And basically, the pretty people have no worries, and they hate the ugly people. Pretty people, well, beautiful people rather, they're called beautiful people. Beautiful people have this weird panic in their robot form that causes them to turn into emotional zombies, and the only way to solve that is with the type of passium that is generated by the uglies. And the uglies are the ones that spread the sterility disease, apparently, with their bitter passium, and the only way to solve that is with sweet passium, which is what the beautiful people create. So basically, there are the higher class and the lower class. They can't live with each other, but they can't live without each other. And your goal is to solve whoever the hell this woman is. You can take her to bits, except I've already repaired 90% of her, apart from the fact that her legs are still a plant pot. And basically the entire gameplay involves around you fixing this woman up and figuring out who she is. We fixed the TV that then exploded. We've cooked the dinner for the weird bird that has never come back since. Still can't open this up for some reason. Yep, that's jammed. And these are locked and can't be opened, I assume, because they have corpses in them. I'm under the impression that everyone, including you, is a robot. So there's no plot spoiler there. I hope not, anyway. This thing is for turning flowers into phytocopies, which are these things. And apparently your character does this to stay alive. Well, to make money. Sells them. Anyway, what we have to do now is, if you press the tab button, you get a hint. Now, I originally started playing this thinking, I'm never going to use the hint button. I refuse to use hints, except when I was trying to cook this thing. Use the hint button. I ended up spawning in here, having no idea what to do. Someone recommended I just touch and read everything. Ended up running out of here, and you can pretty much walk as far as that river and all the way around there and over this hill and behind the gigantic building that's behind this hill. And I spent a very, very long time exploring, wondering what the hell I was supposed to do. Press the tab button. Don't be too proud to press the tab button, just press the damn tab button. Because after an hour of running around, I finally discovered I had to read this simple notepad on the desk, which basically tells you what to do. And that just ends up being cook this bird his dinner, and then the story progresses from there. So what we have to do for now is, this woman is going crazy. She's literally going batshit crazy, and so we need to find a new synchronizer rather. And so in order to find new parts, basically every time you need a new part, you get sent over to this creepy building over here. And generally you have to solve block puzzles. The first couple are relatively easy. The last one I did was a real pain in the ass, and it took me about 4 tries to get it done successfully, so hopefully that won't happen this time. Occasionally, well, once, I have unlocked a new part by talking to that weirdo guy that has a train that floats about everywhere. But he's not here at the moment. He only unlocked one part for me, and you have to go collect flowers for him, and you have to get flowers of a certain prettiness, and you use that tool on the flowers and give them to him, and then he gives you a new piece for this robot. But for now, we will jump into this, fly over to the gigantic creepy looking dome. There aren't any other NPCs about. It's just you, Ida, and the crazy train guy, who is an ugly, by the way. And I'm not quite sure yet if you're an ugly or if you're a beautiful person or not.
I figured out what kind of breakdown the report was referring to. During a transfer, the ability to speak was not blocked out for one of the kids. That is, he was talking to himself, to his own copy.
So basically this is a place where they would treat diseases for children using creepy games. They have a weird disease that makes them ill when they see the human body, and so they try to treat it here. Okay. That's annoying. Find another way. Now, oh, for God's sake, even the slide is broken. Yeah, the puzzles in this game are actually surprisingly difficult. You really do need to have your wits about you, because they can get very complex and complicated. But I'm guessing if I go outside, I can probably walk up that gigantic pole. Another thing this game features, here's some of the cubes you play with, is these flowing blobby things. Now, I keep walking into them because they don't do anything to me, so I'm just assuming that by collecting them all, I'm cleaning the place up. Whether or not that's how it works, I don't know. In fact, I can't get up there, can I? No, I can't. So this is about the time when I would usually tab out into Steam's discussion forums and figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do. And I need to get to Pavilion 6, which is that one I clicked on that was broken. Okay, I'll collect you as well. Oh, and you can die in this game. I did like to check, but it turns out that if you fall from a very large height, you can in fact die horribly, even though you're a robot. I have no idea how to get over there. What is this? That does things. Uh... Now I noticed some of these are actually powered. So I'm sure I saw earlier a power cable hanging from the middle of nowhere that was caught in a tree. Ah, right here. Now, I have no idea where this plugs in. But apparently cable can go through. Do I need to plug that? Oh. Nope, that doesn't work. Nope, that does nothing. This is probably for a completely separate puzzle. Usually is. Plug it in the back. Nope. Doesn't even go that far apparently. Where'd you go? Oh, and it's clipped through things. Okay. This is more than... Do I have to untangle it? If so, that would be bullshit. Nah, it's impossible. Damn it. So let's get back to the 6th pavilion, because this is clearly not going to work. This one works, so we'll try and get up to the top and just make our way across. Up here. One thing to note is that on 4K this game runs horrendously bad. Even on 1600p it runs terrifically bad. Ooh, I got it. I got it. Oh god. This is where I die. So yeah, unless you're running a... Shit. Yeah. Unless you're running a 980 Ti, this game is really not going to run very well on anything less, particularly on 4K. Where was I? Over here. I'm going to die a lot. Let's just put that out there. I'm not very good at puzzle games. I very rarely play puzzle games. I think Zeldas were the first and last games involving complex puzzles that I would ever want to complete. And maybe I shouldn't run. Oh shit. Oh, yeah. We got it. We got it. Alright, which one's the 6th? Oh god. Oh. Grand success. Oh god, we're falling. Oh, for... Okay. We got there once. We can do it again. So... I'm hoping to show you guys the cube puzzle game. So I need to get over to that slide there. Directly across. Oh, shit. Okay, we made it. Now, we have to hang around here for her to open the door, because she can magically connect to the door, and yet she can't connect to the TV to verify a number. You need to play the game to understand that irritation. And this is where the cube games start, and I warn you now, I could be retrying this multiple times. I was fine on all of the cube games up until the last one, when I had to collect a bunch of yellow cubes, and the game was actually destroying the cubes. And I ended up running out. And also, apparently falling made me lose cubes, which I didn't know. You fall down a lot. Or at least if you're me, you fall down a lot. These cube games make no sense. In the storyline, apparently they use these cube games to help these children with these diseases because they don't like the human form, so cubes are apparently the solution to that, except I don't see how they fit in. I suppose it's just a way of adding a bizarre puzzle game to break up the wandering around and constantly clicking on various items. Collect 30 orange cubes, use bomb to... Yep, I've done this before. And there's the lag. So you can collect... Oh shit. You can collect cubes, and applying them to white cubes will create platforms for you to stand on. Applying them to red cubes will make said red cubes explode. And if you right click... Oh, for fucker. Oh shit, no, I didn't mean to do... Oh, that's okay. That worked out well. So you just throw cubes into that stream. There we go. Make a platform. Get rid of... Oh shit, I wanted that. No, don't Oh, bollocks. I always fall down. I do not pay attention to what I'm looking at. Supply a cube to this. I have to say the interaction with the cubes is not all that easy, because in order to apply a cube to another, you have to either be clicking on it. Where's he gone? Let's just throw some cubes in there. Oh god, where are the other orange cubes? Over here. So basically, if this guy's going to be an asshole, which he is right there... Oh, bollocks, I've just thrown away my red cube. What you can do is strap that onto there, apply a cube to it, and it will disappear, along with everything around it. Or blow up another one. And now, oh, and if you lose a cube down there, it's gone forever. That was stupid. If I can get over... Oh, there we go. Never mind. I'm screwed. Luckily, they can't block off. Let's collect some of these red cubes. Okay, let's not. Right. I need to keep hold of at least one cube to explode this guy's stupid ass blocks, which he's going to make more of. Yeah, see, I don't see... I think it was a bit of a struggle, them trying to relate this cube game somehow to the storyline. I guess they've done well to kind of link it to the storyline-ish, but really it's just a time filler, to be perfectly honest, to break up the rather monotonous, in some cases, puzzles. The thing I found is that most of the puzzles are actually really annoying and really boring and quite obscure in the early game. Like, it took me ages to solve some of the stuff I needed to do in the early game, and I ended up having to check. Oh god. I end up having to check the Steam forums a lot in the early game. Except once you get into the late game, it's so much simpler. I don't quite know whether I got used to the difficulty or whether... Is that enough? Please tell me that's enough. Or whether I just got used to the difficulty of how the puzzles were likely to be. Hey, I won. So it's just... I don't know. It's an interesting little addition to the game, but overall the cube thing just doesn't really click with me. Maybe it's just because I don't like puzzles that much, but this is the general concept of how you collect parts to repair or add things to your robot that you're helping, either. Unless in the future of the game you end up getting more parts from the train guy. But I only saw him once, and he seems to roam around occasionally and come sort of every so many in-game hours or whatever, except the only time you ever speak to him is when it's sort of predetermined and relatively scripted. So I don't know if we'll see any more from him. And last time I completed one of these, the game crashed as well. Yeah, come on, let's go. Oh god, this is a mistake. This is broken, isn't it? Yeah, okay, I didn't die, that's fine. It's getting dark. Now, the bird I helped in the start... The fuck is that noise?
There was so little information about me. August 15th was my first workday at the Grabera Garden. I had come here for the first time with that group of kids, and the explosion occurred 2 hours later.
Sorry, spoilers. So yeah, I don't know whether we'll see Mr. Trainman later or not. Although from what I've heard, the game isn't actually that long, and I've been playing for 2 or 3 evenings worth, so I might actually be near the end of the game. So, as I said in the first place, spoilers. If this is the end, then that would be surprising, but I seem to be getting to the end of the story of Ida anyway. Now there isn't a huge amount of the map to explore, and I mean absolutely huge. Like behind, it's sort of like a 2 square kilometer area. You can go all the way around the back of that thing, and obviously you can go all the way around over here as well, and over there, and follow the train line. Anything that looks like it's slightly lower graphics than the environment you're close to, that's because that is where the invisible wall starts, and the mountains start, which is how you know you can't go any further. So if you really wanted to, you could explore the entire map, except there's no reason to whatsoever. It's a very interesting world that they've built here. It's just that you sort of only explore this bit over here at the start of the game, and then the rest of the game is literally you running back and forth towards that thing, floating over to there after you've broken in, which I won't tell you how to do just yet. And that's pretty much it. You wander back and forth. The other annoying thing was I saw a solar panel in this shack thing over here, and I saw 3 batteries, and I immediately thought, oh, I'll fix the place up before I start doing any main storyline stuff, just so that I can get ahead of myself. And it wouldn't let me, and it just says, oh, I'll fix this solar panel later, and I didn't understand why it wouldn't just let me strap it onto the roof, get the batteries charged or whatever. But no, the game decided not. But literally an hour ago, that is exactly what I did, and I knew exactly what I needed to do.
Did you bring it?
I did.
It was just annoying that, despite the fact that it's a fully explorative style game, what am I replacing? Oh, that apparently. Maybe I should have turned her off first. Oh shit. Yeah, it just annoyed me that because the game was more of an exploration type game, that you were basically pushed into a linear sort of set of things to do. So despite the fact that it is open world and everything like that, it's 100% linear. If you want to go and explore, you can, but I found 0 reason to, unless you want to go and absorb black floating things.
It's fine.
Thoughts still messed up?
No, everything's fine.
Then it helped.
For now. We'll see if it lasts.
How long will your charge last?
About 2 weeks, maybe less. Say, know what I found? The correspondence of that operator, Mark, with one of his colleagues. There are some strange tidbits here.
I haven't seen a game use the word tidbits in a long time. Thought that was a very British saying.
To be honest, it doesn't really interest me.
Wait, this is important.
What?
Your parents. And me as well. Here, listen. It's a work correspondence. They're talking about research into memory transfer between people. using telepathy.
Telepathy?
That's what it says here.
Yeah, the
Discussing telepathy
protagonist in this
also has
game
some kind of side effect.
kind of sounds like me. I can see where people are coming from about the fact that his voice acting is not amazing, but he is just a normal guy living in Mongolia. I can kind of understand why he wouldn't have David Hayter's voice, for example. I don't mind it that much, but a lot of people have been getting pretty angsty about it.
And what of it?
Although Ida's voice actor is pretty damn good.
Studying NPR-0 thoroughly after that incident with Ida.
That incident?
We must have been acquainted, even though I remember nothing about Mark or any unusual effects. And I cannot imagine what incident he's referring to.
And what about my parents?
That's here too. He recalls working at a research station before the garden was constructed.
If anyone's seen Ex Machina, I feel like this is what's going to happen. I'm going to help her get legs instead of a plant pot, and then she's going to murder me or something.
Sounds like it.
Or it will just end with a giant middle finger and make no sense whatsoever.
They died long ago. Why?
They could have probably answered many of our questions. Maybe Mark even told them.
Are you alright?
Yes, maybe. Maybe he told them.
Ida, is everything fine?
Ida,
Everything
whatever.
is an ordinary word. Just a note. Like the weather, chilly or warm, but we were looking for other research. Family rec. What was that just now?
Yes. Again.
Enebish.
What?
I don't think I have much time. Please help me untangle this web with Mark. I want you to look.
Understood. I will go look for them. Tabaha is here.
Okay, so maybe we will go and see that crazy old guy in the train. But we'll leave it there. You can see the full review and the performance analysis in the links below. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this is slightly more interesting and useful than the typical gameplay videos I dump in the reviews. I'll be doing this from now on, so yeah, go check us out on NextPowerUp and stop ringing the damn bells, man. And go check out the full review.